Okay, cool. So then I think that's every camera, right? Okay, cool. Let's get started. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Therapy Sessions podcast. We are back with special guests. Today we are joined by the band FYKE.
Yay!
What up?
Hi.
Yeah. So let's go around. Let's introduce everyone. By the way, this isn't all the members of the band. We only have a certain amount of mics and
guestless spots.
Yeah. And I guess Mikee and Gerard won the lottery. But why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Maybe what you do in the band. Yeah.
I'm Mikee. I play bass and I sing as well.
I'm Gerard. I play the drums. I'm Enik. I sing and I produce the music.
Wow. Way to sound totally enthusiastic, Enik.
Hello. My name's Enik.
I'm Enik.
Sound like Batman.
Yeah. So, well, FYKE is here today because I want to plug them, because I try to plug them as much as possible whenever I can.
Thank you.
Because I only plug music that I truly believe in, or I think is actually genuinely good. Come on, Gerard. What?
Was this your first time?
Is it your first time?
It is my first time.
Have you guys ever done any interviews? I'm sure, right?
Not like this.
We've done interviews for like PR stuff, but nothing like this. We did like phone interviews.
Oh, so no on-camera interviews?
No, we haven't sat down and actually talked.
Oh,
Yeah, no
okay.
candid stuff.
So you're the first.
Nice.
You're the first, dude.
Congratulations,
Nice. As
Jay.
Mikee described it, as popping your guys' podcast cherry.
It's true. I
It's
mean,
true.
if you think about it, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're our first, so.
I'm glad that we get to experience our first time with you.
You guys are making it really weird. So I guess I've known you guys how many, like 2 years now?
You've known us from the beginning.
Oh, I guess, but like how long is that? I guess that's like,
Well,
is it a year and a half or 2 years?
it's actually been longer.
What? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't when did you?
We started FYKE actually 3 years ago almost.
Yeah, but I wasn't there at like.
You were there from the
You
beginning.
were there from
No,
the beginning.
because I've seen like you had like a different member
No,
in
so
the way beginning.
in the very big. No, we just had Abe.
No, there was another member, I think.
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of Steven.
Yeah, he's just not here, but he's in the band.
Yeah. No, he was there since the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so were you.
Oh, like no.
If you guys didn't
that
know, shot like our first couple music videos.
I think it was a little bit after you guys had formed.
Oh, you're right. You know what? In the very beginning, we had this guy named Daniel.
That's it.
But that's when we were talking about starting the group. We didn't really do anything.
Because I remember you released something.
We released like a version
cover.
of our song. No, yeah,
No,
you're
a
right.
cover.
Time after time.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, he made his exit like right after that.
Yeah. That's when I think got onto you guys, or onto you at least, because at that point Mikee and Gerard were not.
No,
band yet.
no, not yet. And we
Yeah.
weren't really a band anyway at that point.
Yeah. It was kind of like figuring things out and stuff like that.
We were just jamming.
Yeah. So then, I guess first of all, how did Mikee join the band then?
Well, before I was in FYKE, Steven was actually in my old band.
Like just Steven?
Just Steven was in my own band, not wasn't a part of FYKE. So we were just talking one day, and he was like, "Hey, let me show you this song." And
What song? What song?
he showed me Vices,
Oh, wow.
and I was like, "Whoa, this is really good," and I like the message. And he's like, "You want to come jam one day? I think Enik actually wants you to do vocals on a track." And I said, "Yeah." And I remember that day we recorded, Enik was like, "I'm gonna steal you from your band,"
Oh, wow.
He said that.
Oh my god.
Wow.
and he did. But you know what? I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for making that public knowledge. Now your old band's gonna hate me.
It was a
They're
joke.
not watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gerard, what about you? How did you join?
Let me tell you, he was. Let me tell you.
Mikee, please inform me.
So we were hanging out one day in Santa Monica, and this dude was
actually gonna tell
actually
it.
don't
this
even know
dude was
this.
playing pots and pans on the side of the street with his shirt off, and it was Gerard, and that's how we. No, I'm just kidding.
No, actually, it was something like that. I
You were
was
shirtless performing, like busking?
I was shirtless. Nah, just kidding. I was in geology class.
Okay.
Yeah, I
This
was
is-
in geology class, and then so I knew about FYKE already.
Oh,
so
okay.
I heard their song. It was like a cover by Bethel, and I was like, okay, that's dope.
What's that? Like, what was the cover?
I forgot.
It was
the name.
You Make Me Brave.
Yeah, you make me
Okay.
brave. It was like kind of like a rock thing. I thought
Okay.
it was super sick. So
Mhm.
in geology class, I got a text from Mikee, and then he was like, "Hey man, like, our old drummer, is not gonna be with us anymore, but are you like interested in like, being part of this?" And I was like, "What the heck? Like, that's freaking awesome." So I mean, I guess it was history from there.
Okay.
Yeah, we were in
But
the car looking
wait.
for drummers actually, and I opened up my Instagram,
Uh-huh.
and Gerard's like face was right there, and I was like, dude, he plays drums.
So like, how do you guys know each other?
We go to the same church.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We were actually never really. I mean, we were cool, but we never talked a lot.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we joined where we kind of, became closer. But yeah,
Oh.
I opened up my Instagram, and I was like, dude, I remember Gerard plays drums. So I hit him up that day.
Wait,
and
so okay, I know I remember you were legitimately considering Mikee to be the drummer at one point, right?
We were.
close.
Why did Mikee not become the drummer?
I don't know.
He has a
I
good
want to give you
voice,
some
that's
cool
why.
answer, but I don't know.
No, because I think I remember at one point Gerard even said that Mikee's a better drummer than me.
You know, you know
Gerard said.
the
It's
thing
true.
is that
It's true.
so when we first started jamming,
Yeah.
Mikee he sings really well too,
Mm.
and I just felt like it would have been a waste of talent if I threw him behind drums.
Oh, because you can't. What the? Hold on. What's going on?
Area 51, shout out. I'm just kidding.
Wait, so yeah, because I assume if you're drumming, it would be way hard to do like sub vocals.
Well, he's also Mikee has like a unique stage presence,
that is true.
and I that's not really easy to find. I feel like there's a lot of really good musicians around,
Yeah,
but there's not a lot of good people that are entertaining to watch.
yeah.
And
I mean-
I didn't want to lose that.
I mean, if anyone has never seen FYKE perform live, Mikee, I think Mikee is definitely very unique in the band, where he's kind of like very weird. Like
Thank you.
no, like I don't know, like you improv a lot, you know. I feel like when you jam out, like you get really into it,
I don't know what happens.
or like you'll
from-
walk up to like a speaker and you'll step on the speaker and you'll perform like on top of the speaker, like.
I think I could say this for everyone. I don't think we remember anything that happens from when the first song starts to the end.
That's true.
Really? It's
It's
just
just
like
all
tunnel
yeah.
vision.
yeah.
It's just kind of natural. You just kind of go forward and do it.
It's just a different world. I love it though. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you guys are releasing your album later this month.
It
Yes,
actually
sir.
comes out in a week.
Yeah, 26th, right?
Yep.
So it's called the Disorder album, right? So this would be the second album, right? After Nightmares?
It is.
Yeah. So then what was like, I guess, the thought process going into this album? I know what it is, but I mean, I want you guys to, I guess, tell the audience.
Our first album, Nightmares, was, it was more about social issues in general. It was like a broad spectrum because we were kind of introducing ourselves. So we wanted to kind of be like, hey, this is what we're all about. But as we progressed, we wanted to kind of go more into detail, kind of more emphasize like the different type of social issues. And that's, third album probably move on. But the second album, something that's really important to us was mental health awareness. And there's just so much to talk about it that we
Yeah.
knew that it was like probably more than an album's worth. But yeah, our second album is
How
all
many
about that.
tracks is on the Disorder album? Because I remember checking out on Apple Music. It looks like it's way more than Nightmares, right?
One more than Nightmares. It's 11.
It looks longer. Was Nightmares 10?
Nightmares was 10, but Nightmares had that below zero version of Nightmares. So it was technically 9 with like a remix version of one of the songs.
Okay.
But on Disorder, it's actually 11 original songs.
Okay. Because also, if people don't know, I worked with FYKE very, very early on when they were first starting. So I think Nightmares feels like a really short album because I got it song by song. I
Yeah.
didn't like
Yeah.
get the album,
Uh-huh.
and then like I didn't like experience the whole thing that way. I was experiencing like one song every few months.
Well, that's what happens when
Yeah.
when you do video.
Yeah, you're like, and you consume it for like months and months and months, and then you move on to the next song. And then I was looking at the Disorder album, and then like all, you know how it's all grayed out if it's not available yet.
Yeah.
I was just like, why is this one so much longer? Like, what happened? Like, I didn't realize it was actually similar. So, okay, of the songs that's actually out, what's out? We got Antisocial.
Till the end is already
the End.
out, which
Silhouette
you did the
myself.
video for.
Yeah, is Silhouettes on that?
Silhouettes is on there.
And there's one more, the one with Amber, right?
To get myself.
Get
Yeah,
Myself.
Get Myself. Is it just 4 that's out right now?
Technically, Disorder was out as well, but right when the album went on pre-sale, they pulled Disorder from distribution to be re-released on the album.
Oh, okay. So then it's 4 right now.
It's 4 right
on
now.
the album.
Yeah.
So of the 4 that I've heard so far, I think besides maybe Silhouettes, is it Silhouette or Silhouettes?
Silhouettes.
Besides Silhouettes, so I don't know if the entire album's like that, but based on the album art and based on what's out right now, it seems more,
Pop 80s.
yeah, kind of like 80s pop inspired
Yeah.
genre. Like, again, besides Silhouettes, because Silhouettes is like much harder, right?
We purposely did that.
Yeah, is that just for the singles right now?
No.
Or is that the entire album?
Our album is extremely synth wavy pop.
That's my shit.
We did it. It just, that's what we felt.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like you have to express yourself creatively, like how you feel emotionally, kind of thing. And even though Silhouettes, like I felt like it was the right way to
It's an amazing
express
song. I fucking
express Silhouettes.
love Silhouettes.
We felt like the other songs, like it did it injustice if we went like the super hard way, because you're talking about like super serious topics, right? Like, and I feel like if you make it too aggressive, or like when you're talking about something like maybe anxiety or suicide, like it's like, you know, I don't want to drive people to go crazier, you know, like, and I feel like Silhouettes and rock music in general has that ability. Like it makes, when you're angry, it makes you more angry. Like
Yeah.
it like,
That's true.
it like kind of like
encourages that
you, that behavioral that,
Yeah.
and I didn't want this album to do that.
Yeah.
So when we were talking about like these super serious issues, I wanted to affect them emotionally, but I didn't want to pull out the negative emotions in that way. And I felt the best way to do that was to do it through like a more poppy, more synth wavy, more feel good vibe. That's why Antisocial is like this like 1975-ish kind of like.
Yeah. Okay, so you say 1975. Whenever I like promote your guys' music, either through streams or Twitter or whatever, here are the common like band comparisons I hear a lot. Okay, One OK Rock,
Nice.
the 1975, and the 1975 is depending on the song,
Right.
Obviously,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah, and then I've actually never listened to them, but Sleeping with Sirens. Yeah, I mean, if you guys were to cite your influences, at least not like your personal influences, but like FYKE's influences. Like, let's say we want to market FYKE to someone who's never heard FYKE, you know? So it's like, if you like blah, 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 or we have a sound similar to blah, 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 or like we're in that genre, what bands are like that?
So hard to say because I feel like we keep changing,
Yeah.
we
Right,
keep
right.
evolving.
Right.
Like we don't want to be locked.
Right. That's why it's so hard to explain, you guys.
Our first album, like definitely, it was really One OK Rockish. It was that kind of like that post-hardcore.
Yeah, it was a little bit harder.
You know,
For sure.
it was. I don't know, every emo band like we ever grew up listening to. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But
What's the one with the screaming it? The one that na 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 na.
Oh, Sleepers.
Yeah, Sleepers. That one's like much harder too, right?
Right.
Yeah, but also I feel like Nightmares compared to Disorder, there seems to be like
Oh, it's so drastically different.
yeah, it's
though.
so drastically different, and like I guess besides Silhouettes, it's a little bit more consistent too, because I feel like you were saying with the first band, you were introducing yourself, so you were trying different things.
We were. It's like you're jumping into the playing field, and you
Yeah.
have to become like someone that people recognize, right? And
Yeah.
we felt the only way we could do that is if we came out swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why we kind of like came out like with that style, like, you know, like hard, but not so hard that people couldn't digest it.
Yeah.
And then so we came at this crossroads when we were about to start writing our new record. We could have went the super hard route because we did have some extra songs like that, right? Or we could have like turned back and go like take Insecure, like that style, and go more like that pop electronic. And we just felt that it made more sense for our message to go the more pop route. I'd rather be like a super like hard pop group than a super poppy hard group.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. A super poppy hard group.
I mean, you know, there is that stuff though. Like,
yeah, because I mean, like I said, people when they hear your stuff, they say it sounds like 1OK Rock or Sleeping with Sirens or the 1975, but they're all so drastically different, right?
Yeah.
But then they each all have like a very particular sound to them.
I don't know. I just want people to, when they listen to our music, just to be like, it just sounds like FYKE. And I think that we have our own sound.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you guys are, I think your sound is that you're eclectic, you know? You're very, I don't know, it's like always changing and always morphing. Like if you want something harder, you can listen to something like Nightmares or Sleepers. If you want something poppier, you can listen to like, would you consider Antisocial poppy? I think
Antisocial's pretty pop.
Yeah, it's poppy, right?
It's pretty pop.
Pop F.
So, okay. Is that supposed to be like a reference to the song, or are you just wearing that shirt?
Oh yeah.
I'm just...
No, it's just the brand.
It's just the brand.
Okay, yeah. I was like, is that part of the brand, or did you make that? Like,
No, I wish I made it.
Yeah.
I'd be a millionaire right now and I wouldn't be doing music.
if you were a millionaire, would you really give up music?
No, I'm just messing around.
No.
Definitely not.
I'm curious. What about you?
If
you were a millionaire,
Never.
you'd still do it? What about
Absolutely
you,
do.
Gerard?
No, I actually, if I had $1 million, I would use that.
So yeah, towards
yeah. For marketing.
We wouldn't
my
be a
music.
millionaire anymore after
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Broke instantly.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay. I remember when, because I listened to Silhouettes, till the end, Silhouettes, and then Get Myself came out.
Right.
And I listened to that, I was like, what's going on? Like, what's this direction? Because especially the chorus, I feel like with you guys, what I was used to at that point, you guys have very satisfying, big drop, like hard crashing choruses.
Yep.
And like you know when you like listen to a song and your brain has an expectation of like a drop coming, and then it doesn't because you guys have like these big explosive crashes, it doesn't go like that. I was like, I'm so confused. Like, what's the style? What's the sound? Like, and so I had to wait for pretty much another one to come out to kind of understand. And I saw Antisocial. And first of all, is it just me, or does Antisocial, the chorus sound similar to Get Myself?
It's very similar. So the very
because I get them confused.
it's a very similar style. They have like similar notes in the very beginning.
Like the way you sing really high is like very confusing. Yeah.
It's pop.
It's pop.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so many chords you can play in pop music, right?
Are you saying all pop music is the same?
Yeah, I am actually. You can probably layer it all together if you want. But there's
man.
there's really, I think the thing that differentiates it is the way that we arrange it and the way that we go about it. So you still got to maintain the FYKE element inside of it, right? So
yeah. And no offense to Amber, but I kind of like Antisocial better. Get Myself.
Oh man.
well, Antisocial's we went like super deep with the lyrics too. We're honest with it.
Yeah.
Our entire album's really honest.
Well, I meant just in general terms of like the sound, like and the actual overall song. I just like Antisocial. I particularly like the part. I think like it's in the second part of the chorus where you say Antisocial, like you repeat that part.
Oh yeah.
That part's really satisfying. I really like that part, and like I love how that music video is shot. It's like
it was shot on vintage lenses that make it look like it's shot from the 80s.
Right. So like I was watching it, I was like, oh, it's like so. It had that kind of like that blooming effect where like it looked like an old movie. I loved it. And like, where did you guys shoot that? Because it looked like, I don't know, it could have been like a roller rink, like an 80s roller rink, or like a karaoke studio or something like.
So there's this old club in, I think
it looked like an old club.
Rosemead, in Rosemead, and it's shut down now, and they just use it for
as a set. Okay.
Shout out to Google.
But it's a
That's where it was found.
it's a specific. It's a weird type of club. I think it was like. It wasn't a normal club.
Yeah,
It
it
may
looks
have
like it
been,
already had like an
What do you-
80s vibe.
What do you mean by it wasn't a normal club?
Like-
It might have been a.
No. It was like an anime club or something. Like
Yeah.
What?
It was like a weird.
Oh.
Yeah, because downstairs there was an
Downstairs,
actual
the anime
anime
store.
store.
And then they had a club
Interesting.
upstairs. Yeah, it wasn't like. It was meant to look kind of like. Very
Fantasy-ish?
Yeah, very fantasy-ish, very 80s. So it had a bunch of like TVs on the walls. And,
Oh, interesting.
and
I mean, it worked.
It worked for what we were
yeah, yeah.
doing. Yeah,
Oh, so those TVs were there.
they were there.
Oh, I was like, man, when did the budget like skyrocket? You can
No,
afford like.
no.
What's that? No, I'm just kidding.
It didn't.
And I think actually what really sold me on the antisocial music video is it still Brad that made it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad, if you're listening, I'd like to have you on the podcast sometime. Like
Shout out to Brad.
he like cut the aspect ratio so small.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
more than average film. Like it gave it an extra cinematic look.
So the type of lenses he used actually shoots like that.
Yeah.
It pulls it out super wide.
Yeah, I feel like he shot on anamorphic lenses,
He
right?
did.
Yeah. So yeah, that look was so good. I mean, it's so risky to shoot like that because that's not what people are used to watching.
Well, the good thing is we're the type of band that lets you guys do whatever you guys want. So
I mean, no offense, but also your dancing was really good. Like
Oh yeah,
compared
it
to
was
Hey,
fire.
I told these
like,
guys I know
it
how to
was
dance
fire.
low key.
yeah, I feel like your dancing. I don't know. It sold the video somehow.
It did.
that was all Brad's direction.
Yeah, because I was like, Enik does not naturally dance like that. What is that? Yeah.
Like that was actually I wanted to dance a different way, but he was like,
What way?
No, because like I just have like this way of move. I wouldn't call it dancing. It's just
I know. At this point, I know your way of moving. That's
Right,
how I was
right,
watching. I was
right.
like, that's not the way Enik moves.
So I started to move my hands. He's like, "Can you not do that FYKE thing? Like, like you know how I move my hands, right, all the
Yeah,
time?"
yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, "Can you not do that?" I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay." Like, so it was kind of like this whole like yeah. He's like, just hey, snap your fingers, like turn
That-
around. Like,
yeah, there's a specific shot where I was like, I was watching it. I was like, something looks off. Not in a bad way, but I was like, knowing you, I was like, something looks off.
what looks off is I was dancing.
Yeah. No, but then like you quote unquote dance. I guess not really dance. You have like big swing moves sometimes. When you like go hard. But
Yeah,
there's
but
a-
that's not dancing. That's
I
just like
guess.
rocking out.
I guess. But like there's a specific shot in the music video where your back is turned to the camera.
Yeah,
and
he
you're
was
like
doing
halfway-
this.
and you're like snapping like that.
Yeah.
And it was like perfectly timed on beat. I was like, oh, like this is not like he's dancing and this is not the thing he does, but it worked. And that really sold me on like the overall like package of everything.
Yeah.
I really like Antisocial. It's good because I always describe Enik to people in because you produce all of your own music.
Yeah.
And like, so by that I mean you do like the actual the writing, the melody, all of that, right?
Yeah.
Most people don't do that. I mean, most people, and like I've talked to like a lot of music producers in the past year, they have like 3 or 6 people work on one song, and everyone does like they bring in one person to do one thing.
Yeah.
One person to one thing, and then you do usually all of that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so like, and I didn't even realize that how unique that was in just like music production until like recently. But I mean, I always describe Enik as like, I think he's like I'm not trying to butter him up, but like he's like a once in a generation type of like
He's a wizard.
like producer. Like you kind of understand how music works, I feel like, and like how a mainstream audience would like it, or how just like how a mainstream audience would like it, but without sounding really shallow. I mean, not to like bash other artists, but like I don't really like Chainsmokers music because it's very catchy.
You just
I
broke
love
Gerard's heart.
Chainsmokers.
I actually like them
sorry.
too.
Shout
I'm
out to
sorry.
Chainsmokers.
I like old Chainsmokers.
If you're watching this,
If you're watching this, sorry, don't come on here. I accidentally to draw comparisons to like Chainsmokers. I feel like they make very mainstream music that's very catchy and poppy, but for me, it feels very shallow. it lacks heart and depth. I feel like the way you produce pop music is like, I don't know, there's an X factor component to it that like,
I don't know. I think that's, for me, that's all God. And honestly, like, I'm super like blessed that you feel that way. I hope I don't become a chain smokers to you one day.
I wouldn't
I'll
mind.
keep an eye out. I mean, you'll have the money then, right? So,
yeah, hopefully.
yeah, I mean, if that's the case. But I mean, I've been following Enik's career for like, I don't know how long, like over half a decade.
Dang.
Maybe like
That's a day one right there.
maybe like 6-7 years.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I randomly discovered, I think, his music on YouTube when he was with I Am Medic, and I was like, oh, like that was like the angsty rock stuff, you know?
That was
Your hair was cool, dude.
that was before EDM actually became popular.
Oh yeah, that was way before. That was what, mid 2000s?
Yeah, and I've always been really into electronics.
Yeah.
I should have
And-
stayed with it, and maybe I'd be somewhere right now.
Honestly, I
Probably.
we wouldn't. I thought I Am Music. I Am Music. I was gonna say I Am Medic and Music, and I went with I Am Music. I thought I Am Music. I Am Music. Oh my god, I'll fuck it up. I thought okay, I'm just gonna stop saying it. I thought it was revolutionary when I heard it, because the first one I heard was The Tale of
Abigail
Withers. I thought the use of like the EDM stuff with like the hard rock was really, really progressive for its time. And then there was like, I actually don't know what that album's called. The one with like the white background.
Oh, Perfect.
Oh, Perfect. And then Perfect, a lot of the songs, I'm just like, what is this? It's like, I've never heard music like this before. It's like very loud and explosive and like just brimming with energy.
I was just learning at that time how
But
to
still,
do
the fact
stuff.
that you consider that learning, and for me, I think some of that music is still like, it's still crazy. I think it still holds up. I put out like a summer playlist. Like I put Life's Little Tragedy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I put that song on there. I think just in general. Oh, and then you did that one. And then you did the Rise album,
Yeah,
the EDM album.
yeah.
The Rise itself,
Mm-hmm.
Satellite's amazing. Yeah. So like,
thanks,
I feel like you have a very interesting grasp of like electronic music, where like I feel like, and then you combine it with like rock that I just find really, really fascinating. And so when Enik started doing FYKE, because then Enik tried to do solo stuff.
Yeah, failed miserably.
You did.
Try to be Nick Jonas.
I think you put out 2 songs.
By the first one, I already knew this wasn't going to happen. But
Yeah.
I already had the second one, so I was a might as well release
Yeah,
it.
Okay, Mike was meant to be.
Yeah, you did a song with Lydia. I remember.
Yeah.
Lydia Peck, and then I thought that was really good.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, why do you think it failed miserably?
I don't think I was meant to be a solo artist.
You were meant to be in a band.
I was always meant to be in a band.
I think it suits you. I think it really suits you. I think especially like it would be. I think just imagining you trying to be on stage and performing by yourself, the idea of it seems odd.
Also, I'm extremely introverted.
Yeah.
And I'm super socially awkward.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when I'm on stage with a band, I
Yeah.
feel like
Much more comfortable.
because I'm with my brothers, you know,
Yeah.
I'm with my band.
Yeah.
I
You have
can't-
like that support.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like, hey, if we're going down, we're all going down together. And honestly, it works mentally for me.
Yeah.
But I can't do that by myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't do music for like this attention where I need all eyes on me. I actually
Yeah.
don't. I do it because like I have like this, like, you know, I want to share my message through music,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like when I'm performing with a band, like it's like your eyes are kind of like when you're watching a band, they're everywhere. You're
Yeah.
looking at the drummer,
Yeah.
you're looking at the
Yeah.
guitarist, and I like that. You know,
Yeah.
if I had my choice, I'd just turn the lights off. Let's
Yeah.
just play the music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when you're a solo artist, it's just like, hey,
All eyes on
look
you.
at me. I don't want that attention.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's I feel like that's also more, maybe more pop artists
Yeah.
are like okay with being solo and being on stage and all eyes on them. but I guess when you come from like a band background, because you did.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've always been a band person.
Yeah, so that's why when like I saw the FYKE thing come up, I was like, I gotta try and help out in any way I can.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just to like, I guess see it come to fruition because you did like your brief tour with Royal Pirates.
Yeah,
and that was dope. Runaway.
yeah.
You worked on that song with somebody else, right?
With Jay Chong.
Yeah. I remember when I first heard the song, I was like, oh wow, this sounds like something like Enik would do. Like just based on like what I heard from like I Am Medic stuff, I was just like, oh, that sounds really familiar. And then you were in the video for like a second. Yeah, like near the end. I was like, oh shit. So when I heard that you were gonna do FYKE, I was like, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm actually more curious about Gerard's background because I know Mikee has been in a band, and you've done it for a while, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Years.
Yeah. I don't remember what you told me, but you've done tours before, right?
I've done the Warp Tour.
Yeah.
I got to play that, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool.
Like how many years would you say, like even if it's on and off, how many years have you done like music and band stuff? Like officially?
Officially, probably since 2007, 8. So I've been pushing since then.
Wow, that's like I can't do math. 12 years?
That's a decade.
Okay, I'm bad at math.
I try to do other things. Like I was literally at in college one day.
Yeah.
I was reading a book
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, I cannot do this. And no joke, I walked out of the class and I never ever went back to school again.
I just imagine it's like the first day of class. Mikee walks, opens the book. I can't do this. Just like
it was like day 4. I tried.
I like how you're telling God. You're like,
really
listen,
hard.
I tried.
He knows I tried hard.
Yeah. So then, what about you, Gerard? Because you're still in school, right?
Oh, I graduated.
You graduated? Oh, congratulations.
That's
Thank
supposed
you,
to show you
brother.
that school will do nothing for you.
No, that's true. That's true. It does
Wow.
nothing
Okay.
for
So
me.
then you graduated because I remember. Oh, I shouldn't say where you were going. I remember you were still in school when you joined FYKE, and you were still like balancing FYKE life and school life.
Yep.
Right. And I'm sure that was difficult because you had to make a lot of long drives as well. I remember. What's your background, I guess, in music? Because like they have a long history of like Enik has a long history of being in different bands, producing music, Mikee as well. But what about you?
Well, I love music. I've always loved music. I think when I was 10, my dad got me an electric drum kit, but it wasn't supposed to be for me. It was just he just got one
For himself?
I think it was for like because we were doing like a prayer meeting.
Uh-huh.
And I just picked it up and I just started playing drums.
Uh-huh.
And from there, I guess, I joined a band in high school as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, has everyone here been in a high school band?
Yeah.
Is that how it starts? That's when
I
you
think
get
so,
bit with the
probably.
bug?
I
Yeah,
think it starts
probably.
even before that, but
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. And then so you joined a high school band.
Yep. I joined a high school band.
What was it called?
It was called Scratchbook.
Okay.
It was
Scratchbook.
like this little cute little like pop punk.
Oh, okay.
Rock band.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm imagining little 15-year-old Gerard as like,
Oh, you should have seen his hair, dude.
oh.
I had like
awesome.
Have you
Justin
known him
Bieber
since he was in
I've
high
seen
school?
pictures.
I think I have, yeah.
Wow, how many years have you guys actually known each other?
like
Oh,
since like
wow.
my sophomore year.
Yeah.
So that's like
Of high school?
of
Yeah.
high school. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
a long time.
Wow.
Probably like 12 years or something.
And I like how he said earlier, yeah, we've never been cool. Like, no, we were cool, but we've never spoken. So for like 12 years.
I'm really awkward too, so I'm
Okay.
the guy that's like, shoot, he's
Yeah,
in my church.
We're
don't
both
say
really
hi.
awkward.
So
Don't
for
say
like
hi.
12 years, he's just some guy that played the drums.
We would say
and-
hi like on Sundays and stuff, but we were like, we had a whole different friend group, that's all.
That's odd though. That's like not even acquaintances. That's like less than. But it's like it's not strangers and it's not acquaintances.
Yeah.
It's like somewhere
Which
in
is
the middle.
really weird how we're in this like super dope project together now.
Yeah, yeah.
Mikey was a cool guy.
Oh,
And I was
he?
like sitting back in the sidelines and I was like, dude, this guy's so awesome.
So then, did you do anything in college like besides FYKE?
Yeah, I actually I minored in music.
Uh huh.
with an emphasis on like engineering, like
Uh-huh.
audio engineering, and I wanted to like pursue like EDM stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. I love
Was
EDM.
was this during the phase where like everyone was trying to become a DJ?
No, it was. I think it was right before that, and then
Okay.
right now I feel like people are just popping off trying to become DJs.
Right.
But because I already had
Throwing that shade.
I had a background in like producing music other than EDM already.
Oh.
But I feel like a lot of people kind of started with EDM. If you know what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gerard sounds like really all high
Mr.
and
Cool
mighty.
guy.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm cool.
He's like, I have a
Gerard.
background in producing music.
Not that.
Wait, so I'm actually curious.
Much.
Besides Enik, does anyone else write music in the band? Like besides like a collaborative effort, like does anyone else go like, oh, like I have an idea for a song and then they write it, or is it just mainly you?
Justin has a like he has a like a hard drive full of ideas.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we'd use any of them, but but he does have it.
I'm sorry, Justin.
Steven
Shout
does
out to
too.
Justin.
he
Steven
writes a lot
does-
of
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
And you wouldn't use his either?
No, I use Steven's ideas all the time.
Really?
But Steven's ideas are never like songs. They're like he writes these really really cool riffs,
Yeah.
and I use those all the time.
Oh, interesting.
I'll be like, hey, I can write an entire song
Steven
off that.
could just do like a.
no.
He would like be like,
Oh, what's
wait,
that?
Do that. And then the Wizard Man, he makes a cool song out of it.
the Wizard Man.
Yeah.
The Wizard Man. So then you're the one that always you're the only one that makes like I guess the entire song in terms of like the skeleton and the production of it, right?
Yep, I make the song,
Yeah, you make the song, but you're inspired by everyone else, and
and then we bring everybody in, and then they each, put in their like, I don't want to say 2 cents. It's way more than that.
It's 3 cents.
3 cents.
I bring in Mikee, he has the Mikee. I bring in Gerard, he has the Gerard, that's when it becomes FYKE. I think by itself, it's Iametic.
There's no I.
And then when I bring them in, it turns into FYKE.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Also, you have a show that you're doing with Kevin Wu and James Lee.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Our subculture show.
Yes, that's with Subculture. That's gonna be because you haven't announced tickets yet, right?
We haven't announced. We've announced it. We haven't
dates.
announced the date to
Yeah.
buy the tickets.
Okay.
Just stay tuned though.
Yeah, but dates are August 24th, August 25th.
Yep.
Saturday, Sunday.
Mhm.
But it's LA and then SF.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be performing. You're gonna be performing LA that night, and
Yeah.
then performing SF the next night.
Yes.
Yep.
Are you guys flying?
We're gonna drive.
We're driving.
So you're driving like right after the show.
I think we're gonna rest for a little bit, but we're used to that life. I mean, we're used to driving cross country with our previous bands.
Wow, and then you're gonna perform that same night.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad. You're talking about like a 7-hour drive.
I guess other people can sleep, right?
Gerard's driving the whole way, so yeah.
Oh, okay. Good luck, Gerard.
No, well,
Thank you.
we'll just take turns.
Oh, wait. So I feel really bad for you guys because you guys have, well, maybe not Enik, but like everyone else has like all this gear, especially Gerard. So like when you have to like go to SF, what do? Just like load it all up in a van and then just like caravan it?
We put it all in a trailer and then hitch it to a 15-passenger van. And it's always gonna suck for the drummer. The drummer always has the most gear.
Yeah, he has it the worst.
He does have it the worst.
Yeah, I remember when I at the night market a couple months ago, like when you guys finished your set, everyone was gone, and then Gerard left too. And then it's like, I don't know, 30 minutes later, and then Gerard comes back and he's wheeling more stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you still here?
Yeah. When you get to the when you get big enough, then you can have like road techies.
Other people to.
It's all part of it,
It's all
yeah.
part of it, But I mean,
But he does have it the worst.
he has it the worst.
Which I was really happy I didn't have to play drums for.
That's the real reason.
Yeah, that's
the real
actually
reason.
why Mikey
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
become
Yeah.
the drummer.
My stuff I have all in one case where I just
Right.
I literally open the case and close it when I'm done. And
Yeah, I got a
That's it.
microphone.
Yeah. and then Enik just- yeah. So I'm actually curious. I always ask this question: what's the best way to support a band in terms of like the music? Because like I know musicians don't make a lot of money from like streaming and stuff like that, but like what would be the best way for people to like? I want to like, let's say I want to listen to the music, but like, should I stream the music video? Should I listen to it on Apple Music? Should I buy the CD or etc.?
Honestly, like the thing is, our music. I mean, every artist will have a different answer.
Yeah. It's the same answer.
No. The purpose of our existence is honestly to use our music is just a tool. Like
you're calling yourselves tools?
We are.
Okay.
We're like just instruments, and honestly,
That's a better word.
I don't think we're like significant. I don't think we're that good. I don't think we're like we.
Shut up.
No.
You guys are amazing.
I don't think talent wise we stand out. Like there's way better talented musicians out there. The thing is that what we choose to do with our music, that's the thing that separates us. We choose to actually try to spread a positive message. So for that purpose, I don't care how they play our music. If you want to support our music, share it. Like, I don't care if you steal it. I don't care.
LimeWire.
Like,
okay, finally a different answer. Everyone always says, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Any way can support us. But Enik's like, I don't care if you steal it. Just share it. Yeah, I like that.
Like, if you want to support us and in what we do, then come to a show because then you're going to have to, buy our merch if you want to support us. Music itself doesn't make any money. In fact, we lose tons of money from making music.
Sure, you got to pay like mastering and all that.
Like the amount of money, like when our music videos are not like cheap, right? So like the amount of money like that we have to fund to actually make our albums, like people don't understand. It's so much money, and it's actually not. It's the music itself is not. It's like that's the cheapest part because I get to record it in my studio. Like we do it like even if you master it, like mastering is what like maybe
a few $100.
No, it's a couple thousand. But
what the for one song?
No, for an entire album.
Okay.
But the music videos, right? People don't know how expensive music videos are. Yeah. I mean, like renting the set. Like, if you're going to go the legal route, getting a permit, like
legal route. Did we ever do anything legally? Like, yeah.
Well,
Can we say
till the end.
Did we do that legally?
Yeah, we had to. We had to pay that company insurance. That set was like $1,500.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was 2,000 something.
Yeah, because of the lights.
Right.
Yeah, crazy.
That was the first time we did, and the lights kept breaking down and shit. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
And they told us that day they needed to pay for lights.
Listen,
they didn't tell us
that's
beforehand.
why you don't do things legally. We did it legally, and the lights were the worst part.
Well, you remember Insecure, bro? That was insane. Where all that dirt was just right in the middle if we were gonna shoot. And we found
Wait,
out
what?
that day.
What do you mean? Yeah. And we shot in like some kind of place that turned into like a club or a bar or something eventually, right?
Yeah, and turned into 1720 venue.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you want to support us, there's really great ways to support artists by buying their merch. Because if you buy a shirt, come to a show, that's going to do much more for us. If you want to give us your money too, go ahead. But music,
there's a different answer for you.
Yeah. But
give us money.
Plug in that PayPal real quick.
Yeah. But music wise, share our music. It's meant to be shared. And if you really want to go out and buy our record, we have CDs. Right, but streaming wise, like, yeah, of course, like you're gonna get like a band's gonna get more notoriety if you're like streaming on Spotify. If you have like millions of views on YouTube and all those things,
but you need a lot of it for
you
it
need
to be
a lot of
effective.
it to get
You need
to
like Beyonce numbers.
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Yeah.
So I need your numbers to make a difference. But at the end of the day, like the numbers, hey, they're great, but for us, we've always been quality over quantity. And if we can affect one person, like that's all that matters to us. I mean, really affect somebody. Like I care more about affecting one person than a million streams on some platform. Yeah.
Okay, before you, I gotta argue with you a little.
Okay.
Because you said talent-wise, I don't think we stand out. All right, listen, I don't know nothing about instruments, so I can't speak for Mikee and Gerard. But one of the reasons why I latched onto you that was really interesting is your fucking voice. Yeah. Your voice is insanely unique. Like, come on. You gotta know that, right?
I actually don't think I sing that well. I think my voice stands out.
Yes.
which is a cool thing nowadays because like
Yeah.
when
But
you hear someone like Beyonce, you know.
Listen,
that's
and
Enik,
I don't know
Enik.
vocal techniques and stuff. Listen, all I know is that your voice sounds, I don't know, it's interesting at least.
Well, I'm glad it stands out.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
Enik. You just know.
Yeah,
it.
and like Enix's like the notes he can reach and like the screaming, I don't know, it's like kind of hard to describe. I remember I had an argument with my friend because I showed them Enix's song with Lydia, Into the Sun.
Mm-hmm.
That high part, right? That's you.
Yeah, that's me.
But they were like, no, that's the girl. I'm like, no, listen, I've been listening to his music. I know that's him. And I literally messaged him on Facebook. And this was before I knew Enik. And I was like, my friend and I are having an argument. Whose voice is this? And he's like, yeah, it's me. Like I feel like, especially for a guy, you can reach a really, really high, shrill
Yeah, but I
note.
stopped doing that.
Yes, I did notice that. You rarely do it. You do it like, well, I don't think you do it live anymore for sure, right?
You know, all those are studio albums. It's
Yeah.
really easy to hit a high note in the studio.
Yeah, of course.
Right? You're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
moving.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah.
in the booth. You just belt it, right?
Yeah.
And then
On a
you
couple takes.
and you get
Yeah.
a couple takes. Like no
Exactly.
problem.
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
note you want me to hit,
Yeah.
I'll hit it in the
Yeah,
studio,
yeah.
right? But then when you're on stage and you're running around,
Yeah.
and
Jumping
you've seen how
around.
we perform,
Yeah,
right?
you got to be out of breath.
Yeah, you're out of breath. It's like all about breath control.
Yeah.
like.
And
then-
if you don't hit it,
And
you're
if you don't
gonna
hit it, you
you're
got-
gonna look like a dumbass.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, like I wanted to be more authentic in
Mm-hmm.
our album to the like because I knew that like performance is a key
Mm-hmm.
thing when you're a career musician, right? So I was just like, man, I don't want to. I don't
Yeah.
want to be responsible when
Yeah.
I don't hit this
Yeah.
note.
Yeah. Also, like during Antisocial, I feel like you have two. I guess you have two types of singing. There's like the really high one, and then when you go low, you have like this raspy, whatever you do in Antisocial. Like I feel like that's really unique too. Like I don't know vocal techniques. I don't know how to describe that.
I don't know.
Like you always do this, like not to embarrass you. You always have like a particular style when you sing.
yeah, well,
Yeah, it feels like you're. What the?
like that.
I don't know.
Is it
It always feels like you're like doing it on purpose. Like there's like I don't know. I really don't know how to describe this. Someone help me out here. Like the way like Enik sings. Can anyone help me describe like does anyone know vocal technique stuff or no?
I mean, Mikey does.
I took some lessons.
Yeah. What's up with
Gerard
his
can
voice?
actually sing too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a closet singer though.
Not really. No.
No, he can.
Really?
He's just
Also-
really modest.
Mikey can't sing. I didn't know for a while that Mikey could sing, and then I remember, I think it might have been we had done several videos for you guys. I don't remember what song it was, but Mikey does like the layering on top of you, and I thought that was you,
No,
and you were like, no, that's Mikey. I'm like, I think I was shooting the video, and I was like, why is Mikey like singing to the mic? You're like, that's Mikey's line. I'm like, that sounds like you. Like either you blend it really well, or I guess you're a really good singer, but like do you never have like the main parts?
No, I just do like the backing stuff.
we wanted to.
Because I'm really interested to know what like Mikey's voice sounds like when he's like actually singing.
Mikey can sing really well. In fact,
Really?
I like his voice better than I like mine. Like
Okay. Show us a little
All right,
something
go
right
ahead,
now,
Mikey.
Mikey. Yeah.
Dang.
That sounds
Little preview.
god off. Wait, so what do you mean by Gerard's a closet singer?
Gerard actually has some covers that he released on YouTube.
He's
Covers?
That was weird.
Yeah,
Covers.
Gerard actually has a really really nice voice.
It's cute.
Thanks, man.
Oh. Well, would you guys ever consider putting Gerard
He's actually in some of the songs.
in this album?
Yeah.
Ooh, which one? Which songs?
He is in.
I would love to
The
know.
one not out yet.
The one.
Yeah, which one? Disorder, The Edge, Somebody, Find a Way, Monsters, Is It Overrun?
What song are you in? I forgot.
The new one that we can't.
Yeah, that we can't
Oh,
release.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're in the one featuring Kellen.
Yeah.
Oh. Is he not in any of the Disorder songs?
I don't think so.
Oh,
He might be though.
I would. I like how you guys don't even know at this point. How long ago did you write the song? All the songs.
Long.
It's a long process. I got asked this on like my daily Q&A not too long ago. But you know us. We start writing we're always writing.
Yeah.
And then you have a bundle of songs, but then you start trashing a bunch of them and figuring, hey, I want to go this route or this route, this route. Originally, we were going to write a really hard record.
Heavy one, yeah.
And then we were like, no, it's not the right direction. So we've been working on this album basically since like we finished Nightmares.
Nightmares, yeah.
Wow.
But it was a very slow process because we wanted to be authentic with it, and we wanted to make sense. Like, you know, we didn't want to just put a bunch of songs together that didn't fit together. We did make it so that it crossed over correctly, though. So what songs that you aren't hearing right now, that we have songs that sound like they could be on the Nightmares album. So it makes this like really smooth transition over.
Like Run was actually finished already.
Run was finished. Run was supposed to be on Nightmares.
I have a question about that. It says Run features Venice Wu. Yep. So you have like a kind of like a long history and relationship, not just with Venice Wu, but just Taiwanese pop in general. Like, cause like, haven't you produced like multiple like Chinese tracks before?
Yeah, I worked with my good friend Nikki Lee.
Right. Who did
he was in Asiatics.
Asiatics, that's what it was. Yeah.
But I mean, he was a super huge
I
solo
didn't
artist
know,
before.
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know that he was big in Taiwan.
Yeah.
China? Okay. Yeah. So how did the thing with Venice come about? Did you just like ask him or like okay? So actually no. Let me rephrase the question. You guys are a band, right?
Yeah.
So like let's say Get Myself or like the song that's gonna feature James or Venice Wu. Why do you decide to add them onto that particular song, and like why did you choose them?
Well, the thing is, like, we choose to work with people that we feel like we believe in their message as an artist themselves.
Okay.
So even though, like, say we had a chance to feature Lil Wayne, we probably wouldn't feature Lil Wayne, not because I don't like his music, but his message is so different from ours, right? Vanessa is like every artist that we featured they have very positive messages in, or like, you know, like on a personal level, we're just like super close. Like James, you know, he's my best friend, so like, and I love everything about him. Amber, same thing. I mean, she's just always so like encouraging and uplifting, and her message, you know, about empowerment in general. And
also, is it Vanessa? I thought it was
Vanessa.
All these years, I've been pronouncing it as Van Ness Wu.
I hear that one a lot.
I hear it.
Yeah,
it's Vanessa.
Oh, I feel like a dumbass. Yeah. Okay, but in particular, why add like beyond just the message in terms of like, you know, the music, right? Why add him to the song? Why not use Mikee or like what does he? Okay, so I'm gonna put this out when the album is out, because I don't want to just like build up hype and like people forget about it. Like I want this to be out and like you can go listen to. I want this.
Area 51.
You made it worse.
Whoa. It's this thing right here.
I'm gonna release this when the album's out.
Okay.
So like people, it's like I don't like building up hype and then people forget about it. It's like with movie trailers, like the movie comes out next year and it's like, oh wait, well, it already came out, you know? So like, you know, this is out, go listen to it now. So like, you know, assume that this is out. What can we expect from like,
it's your phone,
God
for sure.
damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Oh, there you go.
So what can we expect from like Run? Like what is Vanessa contributing to that song? Like why did you add him?
Run is not a song that you think that it is. It's a closer song. And
I'm hyped.
I don't think it's not a single. You know, there's obviously on everyone's album you have your title tracks and your songs that could stand on its own.
Right.
But Run, it's meant to be a part of the record. It's like, but by itself, it doesn't fit. Like, it's not a song that you just like, hey, I'm gonna go buy that song, right? It's a song that like it just belongs on a record.
Okay.
And because of that, like, you know, originally like we had that song by itself, right? But I don't know. I felt like we started to rework it so like it could fit better on our record. And during the reworking process, we're like, how could we change this to make it a little bit different? Like, because by this time they've already heard a record with just all like how with
Just
FYKE,
us,
just
yeah.
us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then we want to make this album just different in general in that sense. We wanted to branch out. We wanted to feature different artists, but I just felt that like his voice would have fit perfectly on it, and in it when he sings, he actually sounds like Chester Bennington when he sings.
Don't say that.
Yeah, so like when he's singing his part, it sounds like
Definitely added. Like,
it changed
crazy,
it
yeah.
because like
Oh, when's the 26th? Oh,
What do you mean? This is out already.
It's 8 days away. Fuck.
What do you mean? This is out already.
I mean, not to again compare, but like I think one of the things that also stood out to me about Enik's voice was like it reminded me. I mean, this is when Chester was alive, but it reminded me of like that unique quality that Chester has.
oh, man.
I mean, you know, you're no Chester, but like,
yeah, I'm not,
you know, yeah, but like Chester had such a unique quality to his voice, right? Yeah. But oh my god, the fact that you said that makes me just like so.
Yeah, Van, he just,
hyped.
it was weird. Like he had this like, you know, that one song that they sang on his last record before he passed.
Yeah.
One More Light.
And One More Light, like
That's the
Oh,
song.
wow.
he had this tone to him that like when I listen to it, like, you know, it just kind of like takes you away, right?
Right.
It added crazy emotion. in the song.
Well, Vanessa, like he added that, and like I thought I sang that verse like before when we first gave it to him. I thought I sang
Right.
it well, but
Right.
but when he put his vocal in it, all of a sudden it took on this different character where like I could just close my eyes and listen to it, whereas before I couldn't. Before it was just like it was what it was.
So is he like thoroughly mixed into the song? Because
yeah, so the song structure, like, and you'll have to listen to it when it comes out, but he basically sings half the song by himself.
I love features like that because it feels like a genuine collaboration.
Yeah.
Because especially when you listen to pop music, or in my case, you listen to a lot of K-pop music, there's like featured some rapper and they're in it for like 10 seconds. When a feature is so short, I'm always like, oh, it just kind of feels like, hey, it felt like it wasn't meant for that person. And they were just like,
They just needed someone.
we need kind of a PR. We just need some kind of a feature. So let's leave this gap in the song and throw somebody in there. And it feels really shallow. But like, I love it when like with Amber's, she sings like a good chunk of the song.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. She sings a good chunk. Like does she do the first verse or the second verse?
She does a second verse.
Right? She does the second verse. You guys share the chorus.
We'll share the chorus.
Yeah. I thought that was such a beautiful mix.
And she sings the first pre-chorus.
Yeah, yeah. So
We did a karaoke style.
Yeah.
Girl Boy, Red Line and Blue Line.
Yeah, I thought that was honestly like I thought that was such a good collaboration with you and Amber. So, the fact that you said that about Vanessa's part, like,
Oh yeah, in fact, like I sing the outro of the song.
really,
Yeah, so he sings the most in the song, and we wanted it that way. Like if it was up to us, we probably wouldn't have sang in it at all. But like the song,
then it would be a Vanessa song, right? Then
well,
it's not
no,
you
it
guys.
still wouldn't. And it has. You just have to hear it. Like
I have to hear
again. Like it's not a single by any means. It's not meant to be. It's meant to end the album. And you just gotta. And we try to go about it in a cinematic fashion in that sense.
Oh man, I love music like that. Because I listen to music, I guess, in a very different way. I don't know how to describe it. I listen to and people like Enik or just any musician that I really love or latch onto. I guess I kind of like can see music. I don't know, it's weird. Like I've kind of visualized music, or
Right.
like when I love music, I see stuff. Not that I'm.
That's why we have you do our music videos.
Yeah, like
Insecure, dude.
yeah, not that I'm a crazy person, but like, or like it makes me feel stuff.
You
and,
are
like,
a little crazy.
Yeah, sure, maybe. Or like it overwhelms me, and like sometimes like I can kind of see like waveforms and like, or like I don't know, like I can see music sometimes, or like I guess because I'm a filmmaker and a cinematographer,
Yeah.
Even when it comes to music, I have a very visual component to it. So I feel like a lot of your guys' music has that. So that's why I love it. But before we wrap up, what's your guys' like favorite song on the upcoming Disorder album? Like again, this podcast is going to be out when the album is out, so you can, if it's a song that's not released yet, you can still name it, you know? So like what's your favorite song and why?
The Edge featuring James Lee is it's on a different level.
Mine
Why?
is
Why?
The Edge as well.
God damn it. No, but why? So people like guys, if you're listening to this, go listen to it right now and then listen to Enik's explanation. But why?
So in every social issue topic, there's the worst one of all.
Okay.
The Edge is about suicide, and it's the end all. Like it's like the darkest, deepest part of mental health.
Yeah.
And writing that song was super hard, like lyrically, because like I've struggled with depression. You've struggled with depression.
Yeah.
And I've been at that point in my life where like I've attempted suicide before, and this is something I haven't really shared. And then in my family, I have family members that have attempted suicide.
Right.
And so being able to communicate that in a way where like you tell people, hey, I understand what you're going through, but like trying to convey to them that they're not alone and there's hope and that life is worth living, like that's a hard task to do. Right. Without, I feel like just botching it. Like,
Right.
And I don't know, it wasn't by our doing. All I can say is it's by a higher power, but I feel like we were able to do it in that song. And without making it sound like this depressing like thing.
We talked about that earlier.
You know, like I said, like that's why we went and did it the style that we did it. The Edge also isn't like any FYKE song you've ever heard before. In
Definitely different.
fact, it's probably a little bit more Post Maloney than your average. I can't.
Sure.
Your average J.
Guaranteed.
No, average
Yeah,
FYKE song.
like
I've never heard a Post Malone song.
well, it probably like
just go listen to it.
just
No.
go. It's different than our, because we've never written a song like that, and I can't really associate it with any of our past music.
It's the first song that Enik sent where I got the chills listening to it.
Oh man, all this hype. God damn.
Is it hyping it up? Nah.
Yeah, dude, it was a week.
Like I said, like this album was the most vulnerable,
Yeah.
most honest that we've ever been, and most of our bandmates struggle with some type of mental issue.
Yeah.
You know, like, and so I feel like The Edge, like, again, it was like, oh man, you know, you don't really want to talk about it. It's kind of like the elephant in the room, you know.
Wow.
And we were able to do that. Antisocial was really easy to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like, dude, like.
So what role does James play in the song?
He sings a verse in it. He sings the bridge. It does harmonies in the chorus.
Oh,
He's in it.
Exciting.
He's in it. In it. Like I said, we wouldn't feature somebody if they weren't in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like any complaint I have about music in general, or like songs, or like, you always kind of like you have always like the right finishing touch. That's what I like about songs. Yeah,
It's always about the message for us. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if we're not on the song at all, as long as those lyrics are like talking about what we need, we want people to hear. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
For me, it's just always about the melody. I'm really basic. Yeah, it's just.
I think if a song really relates to me, like if it really hits me in my heart, like it's amazing, you know?
That's your favorite song too on the album?
No, yeah. What's your favorite song on the
that's-
album?
Mine's
Honestly,
The Edge, too.
I like a lot of it. I like The Edge. I like Get
But
Myself.
Favorite. If you had to like
Dude.
delete all the songs and only keep one
I'd
song.
probably say The Edge too.
The Edge.
Oh damn, this is.
Are we keeping you on the edge or what?
Yeah. I'm just. I really want to hear this.
But Till the End was a good one.
That's That's my favorite song to play live.
Yeah, Till the End's my favorite song to play live.
Till the End is fun.
It's feel
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's feel good, but it's also not pop necessarily. It's like, but fun rock that doesn't sound right. Fun rock sounds like a Disney band. Like,
Rock. Fun
well,
rock.
how would you describe Till the End?
Till the End is like if you mix Blink 182 with the Killers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great description. That's a great description. Wait, real quick then. Actually, one more question. What are your guys' like musical influences?
Oh man,
Just like in general, or like
every emo
all
band in
time?
the 2000s.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's my
like what? Like what?
Under Oath, Taking Back Sunday.
Taking Back,
Sailsin.
hold on. Taking Back Sunday's an emo band?
Absolutely.
Really?
The Academy is. This Providence.
Oh, good one.
Oh,
good
this
one.
Providence.
Oh man,
American Heart.
What about you?
the Rocket Summer.
The Rocket Summer.
What about you,
I grew
Mikey?
up into like heavy music,
What do you mean?
like hardcore,
Hardcore.
metal.
Like give me some names for people who want to get into hardcore and heavy metal.
Like Slipknot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Too
Yeah,
much
like,
for
you
me.
know, like I was like the awkward guy in high school, so I
Oh,
was
you were the guy in the corner that just like listened
I
to
was just doing
Slipknot.
what, like
Black.
all the closest kids were doing to me because it was hard for me to make friends. So I got into that. I was going to a bunch of hardcore shows.
Oh wow.
I was like, pop sucks. It's all about metal.
Now
Look at you now.
You got,
Now.
you got pink hair.
Now I got pink hair.
Yeah. Gerard, what about you? I feel
Same
like
thing, man.
I feel like you would have kind of like a different
He likes Nickelback.
Actually,
influence than
actually,
them a
yeah,
little.
no, it's
He
the same
likes
thing pretty
Creed.
much.
Really?
Yeah, I love hardcore, dude. Hardcore
What
bands.
did you grow up on?
I grew up on Under Oath too, like A Day to Remember, Sailsin. Yeah, literally, like
We
the
belong
same thing.
together.
Yeah, the exact same thing.
Yeah. So you think the other two members that aren't here are Justin and Steven. So you guys think their musical influences would be the
Absolutely the
exact same?
same. In
all
fact,
the
I
same.
played with Steve in bands. Like we've been all together in the same thing.
I think Justin's a little different though.
Justin's a little,
little
bit
more
more
old school.
pop punk.
Yeah.
What is considered old school pop punk?
Well, I don't know, pop, like he's more like, well, it's our influences too, like Acceptance. I know that's one of his favorite bands. Sleeping with Sirens is one of his bands.
Circus Survive.
Circus
of
Survive.
course.
Thrice.
Oh, I love Thrice
Jinx.
too.
You owe me a soda.
But like, I feel like Justin would listen to like Jessica Simpson.
Yeah. Actually, Steve's a big pop guy.
Steve.
Yeah.
John Mayer,
Oh,
Khalid,
actually,
Yeah.
I could see that for Steve. Yeah. Yeah.
Jonas Brothers, all that stuff.
Yeah, he was always into that.
Yeah, I could see that. All right. Well, guys, thank you for listening. Before we go, guys, where can the people find you?
On Instagram, FYKE Music. FYKE is spelled FYKE Music. On YouTube, they can find us at FYKE Music Official. And actually, everything is FYKE Music except for YouTube.
What's it's just FYKE Music Official for
Yep.
YouTube? Okay. And the Disorder album is out now.
Yeah.
I'll
Yep.
post this
Pick it
when it's
up.
out now. I wish I was listening to it right now.
We'll send you an advance copy.
No, I want to experience
You
it.
want that hype?
Yeah, I want to experience it. Like that's the one good thing about not working with you guys is that like it's not I can get the album experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Instead of like the song every other month type of thing. And then like what I mean, what I did with your guys' music is especially because I had to write for it.
Right.
Is I would like burn myself out on the song.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's all I did. It's all I listened to, like constantly, just like keep listening.
Or you're
keep
just
li-
so over it already.
Yeah, no, but by the time the album's out, there's like only one song that I haven't heard, right? Like or whatever didn't have a music video is what I heard, which might have been Sleepers. That might have been the only one. Sleepers or like Vices, that might be it. But yeah. Also, the Antisocial music video. You guys should check it out. It's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Obviously the music video with Amber as well. Get Myself. And you guys are again performing August 24th.
August 24th in
August
Los
25th.
Angeles at El Rey
Okay.
Theater,
Yes.
and then August 25th at Cornerstone in
Berkeley.
Berkeley.
Yeah. That's SF and LA. So that's Subculture running the show. That's also with Kevin Wu and James Lee.
Yep.
Are you guys going to be sharing the stage with them or no? Just
Of course.
Oh, okay. So if you guys want to see any of them live, there's no ticket information yet.
But this is
But,
gonna be out.
Well, the ticket,
Tickets
the
are
album-
well, it's already
out right now.
Tickets are probably sold out by the time you.
Oh, really? Are the
The
ticket information going out before the album release?
ticket information is
Yeah.
going on like soon, like
Soon.
tonight.
Oh.
I think it was Monday.
Well, sorry, you fucked up. You should have known about FYKE before. If you
The ticket information goes on like we're gonna announce it this weekend.
okay, so you can try to look for tickets. If it's sold out,
There'll
sorry.
be scalpers outside the shows.
That's your fault. Just follow FYKE on their social media and be notified whenever they do another show. Then
Yes.
yeah, all right. Thank you
You're
for
the
joining
best.
us.
Thank you.
We love
Welcome.
you.
Camera there, camera there, camera there.
I love you.
Ooh.